Okay. Okay. I've heard, I've seen, I've listened, and we have Despised icon here, Alex, Eric. We've been old friends for a very long time, so it's a pleasure to catch up, actually in real time.
Hell yeah, man! Thanks for having us. Good seeing you.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Dude, how long? When was the last time I saw you guys? I was just thinking, like, I have no.
It's when Suicide Silence did a co-headline with Chapel, and then you invited us on a couple of those shows. Well, you invited us on the whole tour, but we could only play a couple of shows.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Oceano were on there. Carnifex. Were they? I don't even know.
Yeah,
I think that's
that
probably
was it.
the last time I saw you.
Damn, it was yeah. So we hung out at the lowest point of the genre.
10 years ago.
Wow.
That's the tour right there.
Yeah,
we toured with each other both at the lowest points of the genre.
Yeah.
That's what's funny, right?
In 2007, when we started out.
I know, 2007 and 2016.
2016.
worst years for the genre.
Through thick and thin, man. I
Yeah.
mean, it's nice to see all this hype right now.
Yeah.
This new community is building, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, if the trend passes, we're still going to be here, you know?
Yeah. Just looking at your timeline, Alex, is very impressive. You've kept pretty much like the same lineup since. Would you say since 2002?
So the youngest member in Despised Icon is Ben. He just turned 40, and he joined our band in 2008.
Yeah.
Wow.
November.
But aside from that, it's still Steve and I, Eric, Sebastian, and yeah, I mean Yannick, who used to play guitar in our band, he's front of house, so he's the 7th member.
Wow.
And of course, Alex Grind.
How could I forget Grind?
Oh, yeah.
The one and only.
The one and only.
I mean, Grind joined in 2004, so 2 years later. But at the end of the day, he missed like 11 shows. So
Wow.
he's an OG, just like all of us.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It's weird, right? It's weird when someone else calls you an OG, right? It's weird, huh? Because are you Alex? You just turned 45, correct?
Yes.
October 17th.
How do you even know this?
I don't know.
Wow.
And Eric, you are 47.
Yeah.
Okay, sick.
Correct.
Okay.
Chris, how old are you?
I'm turning 40 in 3 weeks.
Okay,
And
right
I'm
on.
debating what I'm gonna do because I don't have a big party, but I might have a big party. I don't know. See, it's 40.
So you were just a baby when we first toured with you guys.
I know, it's so bizarre, man.
I love the 40s personally.
Yeah.
You'll see. Still young enough to do this cool shit, but old enough
Yeah.
to know better in a lot of instances. So best
Yeah.
of both worlds.
Yeah, it's cool when I get to look at you guys do it. Okay, we're still. It doesn't feel like 40. I feel good.
I mean, so we all have our regular 9 to 5, and I feel like keeping one foot into the scene, this community, metal, hardcore, it keeps me grounded. It keeps me young. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it just keeps creativity keeps you grounded in a weird way.
I cannot live without it. It drives me nuts, truthfully, but I can't live without it.
Sure. Dude, okay. New record. Came out October 31st, right? Mm-hmm. So I just want to make sure we got to hit the new record. Dude.
Okay, let's talk about the new record. What do you want to
got
know?
it. Okay, well, it was out, right?
Yes, finally.
It's
6 years in the making.
It took 6 years,
Yeah.
correct?
6
Okay.
years, man.
7th
Holy
record.
shit.
7th record. It took 6. So why
Long.
6 years? You just wanted to take your time, correct?
It's actually a simple question and a long answer as far as I'm concerned. When we originally disbanded in 2010,
guys pretty
Eric was having twin daughters. He had this,
Wow.
Yeah.
everybody, Grind was having a kid. Like everybody had like these job opportunities, and so we decided to call it a day in 2010. And then when we got back together,
like officially in 2016, but we did like a few reunion shows, 2014, 2015, and that's where we got the
bug,
the
the
bug,
itch
you know,
to
the
do it
itch
again.
to do it again, yeah.
But during that time, I started Obey the Brave. I wasn't ready to turn the page just yet, so signed to Epitaph, put out a few records, toured with Suicide Silence on the All Stars tour. But I didn't have that disconnect from the music, from that they ended up having, and so that to me came, I don't know, 10 years later in 2019, when I decided to end Obey the Brave and just figure out what my life was, sort of like rebuild myself mentally, financially, physically, and just from the ground up. And so I had to take a long ass time to just put myself first. And Eric and I are really part of this creative process. We are the main songwriters. So him being super patient with me, and also it's just as you get older, obligations and whatnot, and me just wanting to figure out a life at home in Montreal, build a new career, new relationship, move into a new place, be a better friend, son, boyfriend, all the above. So that's why I had to take my time. And
also the pandemic just hit at the same time, so that was
the P word.
Yeah, that was weird
Pandy.
too. I mean, those were weird times,
I call it a pandy.
Yeah, because we were used to see each other to write songs, and then we had like to do it on Zoom and.
Oh wow!
I'm not gonna lie. I know a lot of people are talking about the benefits of being in the jam room and hammering it out.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the Suicide Silence way, which is sick. But for Eric and I, it's just I like doing the remote writing. We just go on Zoom or Google or whatever, and then as soon as I have an idea for a riff, I'll hum it. And, and he's open-minded enough to be like, "Yo, that's sick. Let's record that," or we have a good laugh. "Yo, this sucks," and we just move forward. So that to have Eric be so open-minded, it really helps. But anyway,
because we used to write the riffs over the phone like 25 years ago.
Hell yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Like old telephone line.
Oh, the as they call it, the landline.
Yeah, landline phones.
What? So you would be on the phone and what?
Yeah, he would call me like in the middle of the night and just like, "Hey, I got this riff in my head," and then he hums it, and then I say, "Okay, give me a second, and I'll pick up my guitar, and then like just record it or try something, and like put the phone over the amp." It was like, it was like, "Yeah, that's it, that's the one." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And then
before smartphones, before this is back dial-up internet and stuff like that. So before voice memos, I use a lot of those now.
Of course,
those are definitely helpful. You just record, you just hum that riff, and then go on with your day and forget it.
Go on.
But yeah, so it took us 6 years because of what I just mentioned, and also just I feel like we've been writing a lot in the studio, and this time around I wanted things to be different, to feel more sincere, purposeful, and there's a lot of magic that goes on in writing riffs in the studio, and that's sort of like, rah, just do it. But I wanted everything to be like calculated, so just a full 180, man. Drove myself crazy rewriting these songs, and Eric is like, "I thought we were done with this song," like, and like, "No, you're gonna do a solo right here." Oh fuck.
Yeah. And in the end, it was worth it,
Yeah, it definitely. I mean, I don't know for you, Eric, but like I look back at previous records and I'm like, this part could have been better, or we should have scrapped this riff, or I could have done this there instead. And revisiting Shadow Work so far, I'm like, this is how it has to be. This is the record. And so now it's out there, and it doesn't belong to us anymore. It belongs to the people, and
that's true.
It seems as though people are receptive so far.
Yeah, how'd you guys write "Over My Dead Body"? It seems people really kind of connected instantly with that.
I wanted it to be a mosh anthem.
Okay, perfect.
And very early on, writing this song, the idea came about to invite Matt. And we our last headliner was 2019.
Yep.
And Kublai Khan were supporting, and we just hit it off. And first headliner in Europe for Obey the Brave, for Salvation, our second record, we brought Kublai Khan to Europe, and that was our first Euro tour. And that's how I met the guys like 10 years ago, and they're still very much the same people, right now. And I love that humble energy. They're the same people. They didn't get, they didn't let the success get to their heads. They're very grounded. And so we hit up Matt, like, I don't know, 2023, because again, this song has been written for a while.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, yeah, and then it took us like 2 years to follow up with that, and they just blew up. But it's not so much a marketing move, more than just inviting a friend and having something genuine as a result. But yes, Mosh Anthem, no chorus. Who gives a shit?
Is that what you told Eric? Hey.
Yeah, because whenever we write songs for an album, we try to balance things off because obviously we're able to be like super technical and fast, but I guess we like to have the listener to be on a journey when he listens to our album and balance things out. So when we wrote that song, I guess it was the time for us to have like a groovier song with mosh parts, and
yeah,
that's how it came about. Huh?
Yeah, definitely. And like, I mean, this was song number 4 that we wrote for this record, and I feel like not song number 2, but number 1, which is Corpse Pose, had a lot of blast beats.
Yeah, grinds.
Number 3 is super Suffocation influenced, a lot of blast beats. So I was like, holy shit, all right, we need to put in a bit more of that groove, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And I would like to think, in my biased opinion, then the record is a roller coaster because of that. Lots of very different moods. And I feel as though each song has more of an identity on this record because of the time that we took to write this record. You know, sometimes, you know, an album is a reflection of the moment that you are in when you write it.
Yes.
And that moment lasted 6 years. So, you know, a lot of life experience came into play. Yeah.
And did anything happen to you within the span of those 6 years?
Growth, I would like to think.
Yeah.
You know, we all strive to be better people. And then
you were still in your 30s.
Yeah.
When we started writing this record.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, crazy.
Yeah, true.
Wow. Different person,
huh? Same but different.
Sure.
I think this band, or music in general, has always been my outlet to, you know, comment faire sortir le méchant, you know, get like that negativity out of you, the catharsis, you know, a positive outlet to get all that.
So we wrote the music when he was in his 30s, but he wrote the lyrics when he was in his 40s.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, just revisiting the old records, a lot of assessment of this is going wrong, or this is what I would like to improve. And it's one thing to, you know, voice all that, and then it's another to actually implement, you know, sustainable change to grow as a person and, you know, get out of that downward spiral, so to speak. And my situation is no different than yours or Eric's or anyone else. You know, we all go through certain things, certain obstacles, and shadow work is me trying to fix that shit instead of just sweeping it under the rug, you know?
Yeah, just fucking face it.
Yeah. It's so hard, man.
Yeah, you gotta like you gotta feel the feelings, and then you gotta put it somewhere. As opposed to 20s, always feel the feelings, but not always drink it away.
Yeah,
right. You gotta fucking feel those feelings, dude.
Hell yeah. I mean, and you just said something that resonates. What has changed? I don't drink. I don't smoke. When you and I first met, when we did the cleansing tour, you know, I would smoke weed every day, and that was my life for like decades. And
decades.
Yeah, learning how to live without it has been quite an adventure. But
wow. I mean that's kind of how Despised kind of started. You and Eric smoking a joint together. Hey, can we should probably do this cover band sucks that we're doing. We should probably start something heavier. Is that am I too far off?
You did your homework, Chris. That's exactly what happened.
Wow.
We just we wanted to do a band that sounded like Dying Fetus because we wanted to implement that groove element into you know, our death metal preferences, and Despised Icon being death metal band number 2 or 3 for every single one of us. We wanted to figure out that little twist that made things refreshing, not only for us but for the listeners out there.
Because I mean, Quebec for you guys was pretty, I mean, fucking brutal. I mean, you were coming from Neuraxis, correct?
Yes, correct.
And Eric, necrotic
mutation.
Yeah.
Necrotic.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
And that's how we met. I was 18 years old, playing guitar, necrotic mutation, and Alex would come to our shows, because he's a bit younger.
Yeah.
And then
did he get introduced to you by a school supervisor?
Yeah,
some sort.
I mean, because here I was 16, he was 18, and it's only 2 years, right? But when you're that age, it's like a big gap, right?
Oh sure. Oh yeah.
Because it was still in high school and at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And very into death metal at the time, and especially in the local scene, which was vibrant and very inspiring for a young musician, and
and my friend was a school supervisor, and she arranged for Alex to come and come in and
holy shit, look at that.
Yeah, that's me.
Oh
that's
my god,
yeah.
Eric.
I had long hair.
his nickname was Corpse back then.
Your nickname was Corpse?
Yeah.
That's hard as fuck.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was the band that Alex would like to come see.
I love that band. Yeah.
Wow.
And then my
That
friend,
logo.
she arranged for Alex and his friends to come to our rehearsal space, and
That's kind of bizarre. You had someone arrange someone to come down and hang.
yeah, well, she
funny.
asked me, she's like, hey, these kids at the school where I work, they're like really, really fond of necrotic mutation.
Oh, wow.
They'd be stoked to come and hang out with you guys for a night, for a jam. And I'm like, yeah, for sure, And then Alex showed up with his
Who's this
with his
freaking little
friends.
kid, dude? Get him out of here.
Then they brought us to a house party afterwards, and
Sick.
yeah, we were chilling with the band, man. It was a big deal.
Oh yeah, dude, when you're 16, you're hanging out. Oh
And
yeah.
you have to understand that back then in Montreal, the local scene was huge. There were a lot of local band shows. A lot of shows, big shows were coming through Montreal, but we had this very, very prominent scene with bands like Cataclysm, Cryptopsy, Gorguts. All these bands are from Montreal, and we grew up listening and watching these bands live. And
Huge.
And so was Necrotic Mutation and Neuraxis, and then Alex landed the gig as Neuraxis drummer. And then I started to play shows with Alex, his band and my band, and then we became friends, and like he said, we were fans of Dying Fetus, Suffocation, and all those like 90s slam bands, and we said, let's do.
It wasn't called slam back then, Eric. It was brutal death metal.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Eric.
Yeah, Deeds of Flesh and Gorgasm and Disgorge. We were into those bands, and. Neuraxis and Necrotic Mutation were leaning more into like the technical side of things, and we wanted just something to be like 4/4, like bang your head
4/4.
and mosh.
I'm already horned up, dude.
Yeah,
4/4. Okay.
So
got it.
So we said, what? Let's start this band, just for fun, like Despised was our side project thing, back then.
Wow.
Yeah.
The power of a joint. Like, oh shit, we should like start like a 4/4 style like.
You like Dying Fetus? Yeah, I love Dying Fetus. All right, let's start a band like Dying Fetus.
How far were you guys? How far did both of you live from Montreal, or were you actually in?
We're on the island of Montreal. Yep. You mean now or at the time?
At the time.
We both live on the island.
Yeah. Either on the island or like Steve or Grind, they're South Shore.
Yep.
Longueuil represente. And
shit.
Yeah. But
do you know what that's
fairly close? Yes.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Where's the X Club in there?
Oh, not there.
Yeah, that's the.
So you've played Montreal more than you can probably remember. So do you remember Foufs at all?
No.
Do you remember Club Soda?
Yes, Club.
And M. Tellis, which was formerly in Metropolis.
Oh yeah.
So that big strip is Rue Sainte Catherine, St. Catherine Street, and X Club was close to there, a couple of blocks
right
away.
around the corner.
Okay.
And that's where a lot of the local shows took place in the early 2000s. I would like to say in late 90s as well. And it was all over the place. It was death metal, it was hardcore. And so I saw a lot of artists for the first time at that particular club, which was a small cap venue.
Yeah.
Which gave us the opportunity to play as well.
Our first show was at X.
Yeah. We so we started jamming in 2000, and I don't know, maybe it's because we smoked a lot of weed. Our first shows were in 2002. So 2002 is when we, probably like a year and a half into us, playing together. That's when we started playing shows and putting out music. So that's why we always say, that we were established in 2002, even though we were already jamming in 2000. And so that's our very first show right there.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So literally, the Despised icon is literally everyone in there except Mary, who's still a friend. But
Is that,
look at you, Alex, on drums.
Look at Steve. Holy shit, he's like 18.
Yeah.
That's me playing drums.
Yeah.
Oh, is that a Fender Strat?
Yep.
Yeah, Yannick
Dude,
was playing a Fender Strat, and the whole first record was tracked with that guitar. My parts and his parts on that Fender Stratocaster.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah, you have to play so hard to get a good sound out of it,
Hey, Eric, people always talk shit on me for you can't play you can't play deathcore on a Fender Strat. Well, look where it fucking came from, dude.
Man. Do what you want, man.
Hey, look, you guys did. That's fucking sick.
Yeah. So that show, my friend Dave booked it. Extensive Enterprise still books most of the shows in Montreal, and he was like, Dying Fetus and Deeds of Flesh are playing Montreal. I heard you have a new band. You want to play? I'm like, sure. We don't have a band name though. All right, we'll figure it out.
Because the flyer's gonna be printed like next week.
Yeah. So we landed on Despised Icon. I think Despised, The Sun by Suffocation was a very important EP for me or for us at the time. So it sort of influenced the band name.
Yeah.
But that venue, man, I have a lot of good memories there. That's where I saw Dillinger Escape Plan for the first time ever.
Oh, hell
that was during the Calculating Infinity era.
Oh, wow.
And Ion Dissonance were opening that show. That was their first show. And there was another local band called Observing the Fallen Tree, which became Beneath the Massacre later on, and they were on that show as well.
Oh, wow.
And I remember just being sold out, and I was like, no fucking way I'm missing this. So I just snuck in through the back door, watched the show, and then I think the vocalist in Dillinger, his name is Dimitri, the original. And at that show, he like went apeshit and like stomped a hole on the stage, and that to me was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
And I drove myself crazy trying to do the same live for quite some time, and then never succeeded though.
Wow. So I'm trying to think of like the order I want to go. So I didn't really know, Alex, but yeah, you when you were young, you started off as a drummer.
Yes, sir.
So what started that?
Just high school, I guess, meeting people, learning about Pantera, Sepultura, getting into metal music, and then being intrigued by music. I always loved music as a kid. Back then it was, Michael Jackson, stuff like that. Still love MJ. But then I got into the heavier side of things, and then my friends were playing guitar, and I just wanted to play music. So, all right, well, no drummers around. How about I just learn how to play drums?
Wow.
And so I told my parents I want to play drums, and they were like skeptical because when I was a kid, I saw this movie Karate Kid, and it was a movie that I watched over and over again, and then I was like, Dad, I want to learn karate, and then I hated it. Like I don't think I even did my white belt. Went all the way, and then people got into like hockey, and so I was like, hey, Mom, Dad, I want to play hockey, and then I sucked and didn't really succeed at that either. So when I was like, yo, I want to be a drummer, they were like, yeah, sure.
Here we go.
And then my godfather, just to taunt my dad, was like, you know what? I'm going to get you a drum kit. And so he got me a drum kit. But then my parents, in their defense, they saw that I applied myself, that I was really passionate. And they were like, holy shit, he found his lane. And as soon as they saw how important, I mean, music became everything. Everything else was just background noise for me. Even in high school, I just loved music so much, and I still do. And as soon as my parents saw that, they encouraged me, and they still do to this day. And I'm thankful for that, because a lot of our peers, they don't have that support. So I consider myself lucky to. And same for Eric. Eric's parents are awesome. I love them too. And we would go to their place and write music. And Enrique was so supportive. And shout out to our families.
That's awesome.
Yeah, my dad's Spanish, so he's a character.
Oh, really?
He sure is.
Yeah, I'm half Spanish, half French Canadian. And,
oh, wow.
And Alex has Egyptian roots as well.
Half Egyptian, half French Canadian.
Oh, shit.
All mixed up, buddy.
Yeah.
Damn.
So,
Deathcore worldwide. That's it. Eric,
Right?
How did you start playing?
well, it's a bit of the same. I was maybe 11 or 12, and I saw the one video from Metallica on MTV.
Oh, okay.
And it was a life-changing experience for me. So I went to my dad and I said, Dad, I want to play guitar. So he said, okay, son, I'll get you a guitar. And he comes back with a classical guitar, you know.
You're like, Dad, that's not it.
Yeah, that's not what I want to play. I want to riff. You know? I want to play metal. And then he said, you know what? He got me this Mel Bay like guitar book, and he paid for a teacher, like a classical guitar teacher.
Oh, wow.
And he said, whenever you'll be able to sight read anything from that book, we'll go to the guitar center and get you an electric guitar and an amp. So.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
Let's see how bad you want it.
Took me almost 2 years. Yeah. So I
2 years?
I busted my ass off for 2 years, like learning the classical guitar, to read the charts.
Oh, wow.
And then as soon as I was able to prove to him I was worthy, he said, I'll honor my promise, and I'll bring you to the guitar store. And but my first electric guitar was a Jackson Soloist.
Damn.
And a Marshall amp. I was so stoked.
Do you still keep any of stuff that you learned from that booklet at all?
Oh yeah, well, I the thing is, I never stopped really playing classical guitar. I continued for years after that. Even went to college in classical guitar.
Really?
Yeah. Never got my degree, but I kept on playing classical music. You know, maybe because of all that flamenco influence roots from my dad, or. But I at some point I enjoyed it. You know, it was something I enjoyed to play. And on the new album, there's this part on the last song where Alex said, you know, why don't you just like show it off, you know? And so there are a few flamenco parts at the end of the last song on the album.
That's why it's there.
I sang the.
Yeah, like the.
Yeah, you got to listen to Shadow Work all the way to the end. Last riff, you'll hear Eric shred on the acoustic.
Yeah, but that gave me a lot of a good tool set for guitar playing, for sure.
So when you first started to learn classical, were you enjoying it? Were you like, I have to learn this, or was it like a?
Well, the thing is, because in some of Metallica's music, they have like classical guitar parts, like the intro to Battery, and
I forget about that.
And To Live Is to Die. So even One, you know, it's clean guitar. So those were like the first songs I was like trying to learn on the classical guitar, even though it didn't sound quite the same. And then I learned how to do like finger picking with my right hand too. So yeah.
Okay. So then, so you learned it because they do it. I just want to learn that fucking song, and then maybe so in time, did you just like it?
Yeah.
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 Interesting.
Yeah. because also of the goal I have set for myself. Whenever you're becoming better at something, I guess you start to enjoy it.
That is true. Yeah, once you start nailing something,
exactly.
You're like, oh.
Yeah, and then that will bring you to another level, and
that's true.
And so on and so forth. So.
I forget that, Eric. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, you get like motivated when like you like land something.
Yeah,
it's like, oh shit, there it is, dude. It's keep all, and then something that you couldn't do one day, it hits at some point.
Yeah, and when you're at that age, I guess you have the perseverance and the time, the space to just like go at it for hours and hours, in your bedroom by yourself. I was 13, 14 and just like playing for hours, practicing and
ripping.
So much heart, man. It's I lose sight of that sometimes, just the time and effort that we put in.
Oh yeah. Always forget that. Okay, now I know. Now we got a good groundwork. So okay. So first record, you're playing drums, Alex.
Yes.
Not bad. Thank you. Sick. It's sick, dude.
Thank you.
Okay, and then you had two singers, which was your idea, correct?
That was my idea. Yes.
Okay, and then you had Steve and a female singer.
Marie-Hélène.
Marie-Hélène.
Actually, Marie-Hélène was the first. She was our first singer.
Oh, okay.
And then after a few rehearsals, I think you.
I had this vision that I just
sick.
I wanted the vocals to just match every type of riff that we would, bring to the table, and
you saw Steve live.
Very influenced by, in that era, The Environment, Gallagher from Fetus, Maddie Way from Disgorge, and Mary. Mary's a sick vocalist, but that wasn't. She was more like traditional death metal, and we wanted that Lord Worm shit, And so I saw Steve. Steve played with Sebastian, another one of my close friends, in a band called Apocalyptic Script. They only played one show, and Sebastian then moved on to Ion Dissonance, and then
wow.
Anyways, long story short, we put on a message board. We were like, we're looking for a second vocalist, and Steve's the only one that applied.
Only one, right? Yeah.
And then I was like, oh shit, I saw you play that one time. You were sick, man. And then it was just a.
Yeah. Back then, you would put your phone number on the message board. So he called up, he called my number.
It was a perfect fit. One jam, and all right, you're in, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what made you go from something I never heard you talk about? Why did you go from drums to singing?
A combination of factors. Tendinitis being one.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Nothing brutal, but I didn't want it to be chronic, and it just wouldn't go away. And then I had the vision of us just doing that fast cryptopsy blast beat,
And you just couldn't do it.
I just couldn't do it, and Alex Grind could.
Yeah.
And this is a story that I tell all the time, but I was on a message board, and he was that kid on the message board that was like, I'm going to be faster than Flo from Cryptopsy. I'm faster than Flo. And I was like, motherfucker, that's impossible. How could you say that? And but
Flo is like insane.
But Grind, we were talking about putting in the work and being passionate, and Grind would literally just go to the jam space 7 days a week, all day, play drums all day, every day.
Because we were rehearsing in that huge building in Montreal where like pretty much all the metal bands were rehearsing. And so we were on the third floor, and Alex Grind had his band called Deuterium. And so for some reason, I would go there like on a Monday morning, and I would just walk past his rehearsal space, but I didn't know it was him, and all I could hear was this guy playing drums by himself, like going super fast. And then I would come later on the same day, like at 5 p.m., and I could still hear the same guy just blasting, like. So I'm like, what's going on? Man, is this guy like playing drums for
loved
like
it.
8 hours?
There's a song on that Deuterium EP. It's like a straight up grind for a minute. Yeah. Like just nonstop.
Yeah, I think it's in the Tale of Sorrow or something, but yeah.
Fucking 7 minute long song.
Who put the 7-minute long song on the EP?
Oh my god!
And then I think you saw him play as well
shit.
with the
I saw him play,
band.
yeah, and just he was his talent was just unreal, and so when we started writing the healing process, we wanted to add more core elements, and I knew that I had it in me to, have that type of vocal range that would sort of benefit that type of music that we wanted to put together. But I also knew that I wanted us to go faster, harder, and Grind was the person. So we recruited him straight up.
The word got out that we were looking for a new drummer, and he just proposed himself, and then first guy we tried out, and that was it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Other guys wanted to try, and we're like, nah, sorry. It's
no.
Grind forever.
Need. Yeah, no need
I was
to.
grind. Yeah, because dude, what a massive jump from the first to the healing process, dude. What a fucking massive jump.
Okay. It is.
Yeah, from the first to the second album, yeah, for sure.
And it was a gamble because I remember we recorded 2 songs off of that. And then a friend of mine was like, "There's this MySpace thing. You should try it out." And then we uploaded. What was it? Warm Blooded
and
Bulletproof Scales. Had a bit of a buzz. I hand assembled demos that I sent out to record labels.
Yeah, we burned CDs by ourselves, and you had the cover printed out.
Yeah, that I folded and everything
with the glue.
Sent it through snail mail.
Pretty much
got some interest, including Century Media, but not so much Century Media. It was Abacus, which was like the hardcore imprint of Century Media.
Yeah.
So and then the people at Abacus, saw potential. Thought we might be a little too heavy for Abacus, so really talked Century Media into giving us a try. But it was like a slow ass conversation, so there was no movement at some point. So Eric and I grabbed all of our savings and then recorded the healing process in 2004 on our own.
Yep.
Wow.
And then when that record was completed, sent it to Century, and then they were like, all right, we're going to try this out. But, they could have said no, definitely. So, I mean, you know how it is. You've probably done the same. Yeah. So you just want it. It's like nothing else matters. Just keep knocking.
Yeah. So shout out to Roy Culver for giving
Roy
us a
Culver,
chance.
Our boy.
Yeah.
So the movement was really slow, but you believed in the songs and the lineup. Okay, we're gonna spend the money on the record we want to hear, and then we're gonna give them a finished product, as opposed to, hey, believe in us, pay for our record. You guys went out of your way to pay for the record.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, we were ready to do it.
I didn't know that.
DIY if need be.
I didn't know that. Yeah. How'd it feel writing those songs?
It was a very special time because it really felt as though people weren't doing that.
Yeah.
And we felt like we had something,
It just flowed out like
it came
we
out.
Very
it just
inspired, I guess.
Yep. And
nothing felt forced. It was just, Alex and I would just meet at my place, sit down in front of the computer. That's the thing, though, because Alex he's a drummer first. He thinks like a drummer.
Yeah,
he writes music like a drummer, even though he's a vocalist. So that's the chemistry we had when we started out. Guitar player and drummer. So he would come to my place. We'd sit down in front of the computer and just hammer it out. He would like use these. We were using like these first version of Cubase, and he would like MIDI program all the drums, and it would, I would have time to go like take a break for 15 minutes until he had like a full beat programmed in MIDI, and then I would just like track with my guitar over it. And
I mean, it's one thing to have a vision, but without the proper musicians to have faith and give it a go.
Yeah.
It's an idea is just an idea. So
it's
a collaborative effort.
And our relationship from the get-go was always genuine, in the sense where if he wrote something that I think sucked, I'd tell him, and vice versa. Like if I write a riff and it sucks, we're like. So of all the songs and the riffs and the drum beats we have, there's probably like 5 times the amount of music written for it, you know.
we still remember the riffs that didn't make the cut just because they sucked, you know. Laughter in Despised Icon, laughter is an indicator of, either this mosh part is sick or this riff sucks. But either way, we have a good laugh and we move on, you know.
Wow. That's great. Okay.
No ego.
I would like to think.
Yeah, or just enough of it.
Okay. Malamor,
yes. Okay.
I've heard. I'm trying to find because you're literally, Alex and Eric. You guys are the guys that we are the people to talk about the subject. So I'm learning too. So I came across this band that I heard you talking about, Alex.
Yes.
And they had a term. Is that where that term came from? And then you kind of took a.
So I want to give them credit, but it's like these stories that it's just been so long that you're wondering, is it fabrication or did this happen? Mm-hmm. But the memory that I have, so earlier you showed footage of the X Club in Montreal. So again, I would go to shows, and there was this one show. I believe it was a band from Montreal called Despised, which was a French-Canadian or Quebec death metal band. They were like a French Cannibal Corpse.
Oh, wow.
So I went to that show. Yeah. Exactly. I went to that show, and Malamor was on that show, and I did not know Malamor. And Malamor started playing, and it was like a Suffo Dying Fetus hybrid, like a good band. And they had these groovy parts. And then I saw what changed my perspective on music and what influenced me is this moment. I saw someone, his name is Nick. He later on founded A Death for Every Sin, which is one of the first hardcore bands in Montreal, part of the straight edge hardcore scene from back home. And I saw him mosh to Malamor. I saw him mosh to a death metal band. But this is 2001, 2000, maybe 2000, I don't know. And I feel like the vocalist from Malamor, I think it's two brothers, the vocalist was just meeting people at the show. There weren't a lot of people, and he had this cassette, and I feel like it said Deathcore on it. And that to me made a whole lot of sense. As I said, we had all been in death metal bands already and just trying to figure something out. And I was really getting into the hardcore scene, and none of my metal friends wanted to go to hardcore shows with me. So I would just go alone, and then made a lot of friends in like the straight edge hardcore scene from Montreal. And it just, that appeal. That's why we have like gang vocals on our early material, and that we brought it back here. It's because of bands like, I don't know, Bane, that has absolutely nothing to do with deathcore, but somehow we made it work. So I think deathcore came from a Malamor cassette or a Malamor t-shirt or something like that, and it just resonated with me. And so when we did our first shirt, it was just Despised Icon Montreal Deathcore.
Wow.
On that O2 shit. And that's sort of how it came about for me personally. But then it's, I think you've covered this in the past on, speaking with other guests, when did it all start,
Yeah.
A lot of people say Antagony. For me, it's more like, I would credit us as well, still staying humble, we were there very early on. For me, East Coast is definitely the Red Chord and Despised Icon. And then the West Coast for me is definitely All Shall Perish. All Shall Perish and us, we were, the first bands that were doing like touring on a national level. But before there was like an organized deathcore scene or at least genre.
Yeah.
Sure. So we would tour with Morbid Angel, or we would tour with Deicide, and so on and so forth. And
getting shit.
But Garza, it's one thing to say these things, but then I have to give you credit because Despised has never been the big band, Like Suicide Silence showed up, Job for a Cowboy showed up, and you guys owned that shit, and you brought it to a whole other level.
Yeah.
And you guys, you know, we took a long ass break. You know, we broke up for 5 years. We've been back for 10. You know, but we play like 20 shows a year. But you guys have just been consistent. You know, dropping these timeless records and putting in the work and touring. And so I don't think, you know, a lot of people give us props, but I have to give props to Suicide Silence because you guys fucking killed it, man, and you still are, you know? And my theory is, Garza, that you're working on something right now. And I feel like there's going to be something that's going to drop. I don't know if it's next year, but with the resurgence right now and people being nostalgic of the early sound, I credit Suicide Silence to that early sound. And back then, I feel like every band, they weren't trying to be Despised Icon. They were trying to be Suicide Silence, you know? And I'm sort of seeing that now. And with all due respect, a lot of sick bands out there, you know, we talk a lot about the old, but I got to give credit to the new up-and-coming bands that are killing it, you know? So shout out to them. But I'm sure you're working on something, man.
Of course.
So we've been talking, and we're your guests, but please enlighten me. What's going on? Can you reveal anything? How are the boys? How's Mark doing? You know?
Damn. Oh my God. I guess okay. I'll start with. It didn't really hit me until you guys were talking. It didn't hit me, but I guess the respect isn't the right word. But I don't know. Like I realized also when you get older, you naturally just don't care what people think. And I could kind of come off as harsh to other bands in our genre, and even fans. I get it. To them, they love the records, but I've been pretty kind of like an asshole with the deathcore term, only out of necessity. But I guess it didn't really hit me until right now, where it means the most coming from you guys, and I really appreciate what you guys just said. It's cool. People just try to like hold on to like the term, and you guys freely have given us credit, and I truly appreciate it. I never knew it really mattered from you guys. So
I mean,
thanks.
it's sincere. It's just common sense to me, man.
Thank you.
So just had to mention it.
That summer we released Ills of Modern Man, and you guys released The Cleansing, and Job for Cowboy released what's it called, Genesis. Yeah, we were on tour for like 4 months straight. We did the tour with Redcord, and then we hop on the Job for Cowboy tour, and then with you guys on the Cleansing tour,
nonstop.
And I think that's the summer of deathcore. You know, that's right there. That's
07.
Yeah, that summer of 2007. That's where it all, like, to me, like, pop, you know, like.
I don't know why, like, we spent that whole summer in America, and we had this idea that we wanted to look like wrestlers, so we like just stopped shaving, but we kept shaving our heads.
Oh yeah,
that's the only time in my life that I had like a real big beard and I was like combing it.
That tour, that tour picture we took with you guys, that it was at the Worcester Palladium.
Yeah, Palladium.
Yeah, we all have beards and shaved heads, and we look like shit.
Winds of Plague, Despised Icon, Suicide Silence.
Oh yeah, dude, like a dream tour would be JFAC, us and you guys. That'll probably be like the dream trifecta.
I mean, so Al played in Despised Icon for a couple years, right?
Yeah,
so we still get to catch up. I saw him twice this year.
Nice.
He came once to Montreal. Came to my friend's brewery where I work, and then saw him at Metal Fest in Worcester. And it's good to catch up with him. I don't know if they're ever going to play again, but I would love to see that happen, but
that'd be sick. Dude.
So let's just
a one off or two off.
Do you have Al's number? Let's just
bug him.
Let's
dude.
just text him.
Let's bug him. Oh, maybe after our new record drops. Yeah, I'm gonna be then I'll put the cap on it. I'm planning. Can you get older? You got a ton of shit going on.
Look at that.
Oh,
I even remember.
See you next Tuesday. That's right.
I'll see you next Tuesday. Fuck yeah.
Drew.
I even remember the tour laminate that you guys did, and it was like the Kool-Aid guy.
Oh yeah, good memory.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Maybe next year. Who knows? I've seen crazier shit happen. All it takes is one record. Maybe we'll get everyone fucking just. I'm planning to put my head down in January.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm there emotionally, and as you get older, there like the mental aspect also needs to be there, which is still strange to adjust to that. But yeah, I feel with everything going on, I kind of know my place and the band's place, and I want to be smart with it, but also because both of our bands, I would say you guys are in that circle. We are early Osha Parish, Jaffa Cowboy in there, where we didn't have like a Despised, we didn't have a Suicide, so we kind of you kind of access it from somewhere else, right? Mm-hmm. And the other bands in deathcore scene, no disrespect, but they don't have that. They had like the the guys are doing it, it's cool,
like the blueprint.
Yeah, it's like you guys. So you guys would probably you might understand what I'm saying. Like it kind of came from somewhere else here, but it says you gotta fucking dig deep. And I'm in a place in my life where I'm ready to fucking dive in.
Isn't it funny though? They said it would never last, and here we are, 20-something years later in the game, still doing it, proving those motherfuckers wrong. It's a good feeling, and I know that you go through the motions, and I think you can relate to this at some point. When we did Day or Morning, we sort of like at some point, I don't want to say resent, the term deathcore, but there was just such a stigma attached to that, and we in our minds there was legitimacy to the music that we were putting together, and so it was a love and hate thing. But now I'm just very proud of what we've done, what our friends have done, whether it's you guys, the boys in Chapel, shout out to Whitechapel for sure. Carnifex, love the guys, still close friends of ours, and it's cool to see this new generation of concert goers.
It's insane.
I mean, so we were talking about the cleansing tour. We're talking about hundreds of people, right?
Yeah.
I went to a Lorna Shore concert in Montreal. Fucking 4,000 people. They're playing in like a hockey arena, and it's so awesome to see where this music or where the scene is.
What it's become.
Yeah. What it's become.
How's it been affecting you guys? I mean, I went on Spotify. People are jamming the record.
I don't know. We just worked hard on this record, and people like it, so they stream it. I feel like that's the only answer I could come up with. But definitely seeing
I don't know
if
it says for fans of Lorna Shore or something, but
I mean, I don't have Spotify. I do Apple Music, so I don't pay attention to that as much as I should as a co-manager of Despised Icon, because we do all that shit ourselves. But I feel like if you click on us, you'll see more of a like I Declare War, or you'll see an Oceano, or you'll see those similar artists more than the new generation. But again, shout out to the new generation. Body Snatcher, Peeling Flesh, Signs of the Swarm, so many bands, so much talent. So yeah.
Thank you, Sugabog, who we're on tour with.
I don't think they're deathcore though.
Yeah, that's
they're
true.
Death metal. Yeah.
Still
a sick band.
I was just telling them, I wonder where they're going to be in 20 years. It has an interesting sound to it. I wonder where it's going to go for them. I was like excited to hear because I've been I listened to your new record and theirs, but it's like, oh man, I wonder where this shit's going. It's cool. It's cool to see.
But that's something we're kind of proud of. Is I guess we passed the test of time.
Yeah.
Like 23 years later, and I mean, I feel we're still relevant to a certain extent.
Yeah. That's why I opened the podcast the way I did. Like people said, well, you got to get the Despised Icon. You got to get the Despised Icon. So
yeah,
and now we're here.
Boom.
I have to admit, Garza, so I have this ritual. We for us, it's very back to the roots when it comes to the band. Like we jam at our drummer's place,
Yeah.
So in his garage.
And
we're still a local band.
Yeah, for sure.
Of course.
And so for me personally, it's like a 45-minute drive. And he moved there 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was like a long ass drive, and I wasn't listening to a lot of music. And then I got into podcasts, and then my ritual is listening to Garza.
Oh, wow.
So I think it's cool that, to have this moment right now. And I've learned a lot about the scene and the new bands thanks to your outlet. So I think you're doing something super cool for the scene. And but I have to admit, like from touring with you, I felt as though you were more like me, like the soft spoken guy or the guy that's
mute,
that's more calm and doesn't want to attract the attention. So seeing you in this role as a host with, very interesting questions and just sincere interactions, I think it's awesome, man.
Thank you, man.
Like you're doing a good thing for the scene, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unfortunately, only with age, right?
I mean, you're almost 40, so
I know 40. I'm
experience right there.
I'm looking forward to 40.
So please tell me, how is Mark?
The guys are good.
Yeah,
I'm lucky, man. They're all my brothers. I love them. I want to hug them. I want to kill them. I want to choke them. I want to go on tour with them. I don't want to go on tour with them. The whole it's still a band.
Old couple.
Yeah.
one of the funniest moments that I've actually rewinded to rewatch is DK talking about Kublai Khan and then trying to quote a song, and then he's like, "God is gay."
That's sick.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I can hear his voice in my head. That's priceless. So shout out to him. I mean, first time we toured with him was when he was in Animosity.
Oh yeah.
Because when we toured with you guys, it was Bodkins. So that's how I met.
Animosity too. Yeah, they're in the circle that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah,
they're fucking up there, dude.
I have respect for them in a sense that I don't feel like Leo will ever bring the band back, and that's a flex in its own. Because I know people would love to see that.
People freak out.
And we've tried hitting him up. Yo, man, play this reunion show. I'd love to see you. I mean, we stayed at his place,
Yeah.
But yeah, no answer.
No, nothing.
Which is a hard flex. I mean, they just went out with a bang, mic drop, and
flexed up.
Animosity. And they were just like a legit, legit hardcore kids playing death metal. And I don't hear enough about them, for sure.
Fuck yeah! What would it? I guess it is a hard move. It's hard. It's sick, but at the same time, come on, man. 1, 2, maybe a week. I don't know.
Just a couple shows,
Remember, us three played together, I think, only once. It was those festivals in Fredericksburg, Virginia, back when Ash was on the East Coast and he was doing, what was it called? Extreme Elite booking or something like that.
Good memory.
Casey's in Fredericksburg.
Yeah,
I was trying to think about
Casey's. Yeah.
So that huge parking lot in the back, and like we would all park our vans there and hang out.
Yeah, there was a time where we would play there like
all night, all the bands together.
Yeah, we'd play there like once or twice a year.
Yeah,
and it was always like some type of like MySpace festival.
Oh, yeah.
I remember playing with On Broken Wings, and their set just got so ridiculous they just shut down the show.
Yeah, people love going there, and it's fucking getting rowdy as shit, dude.
Dude, I think the last time we played there was with Dillinger Escape Plan, and I mean, the vocal is straight up. The roof was like the roof right here, and he starts ripping out the ventilation shaft, and then that isolation foam, whatchamacallit.
Yeah, exactly. And then he would do these like fireballs with like alcohol and a lighter, like, and almost set the whole thing on fire. And he would throw like cases of water.
I mean, it sounds awesome, but also I was like, yo, that's like the only venue in that area, and a lot of people count on that venue,
Yeah,
being able to put on shows. So it was like wow, this is sick, and this is like, I don't know how I feel about this. And that's the infamous show when some of the crowd were like, yo, you fucked our venue, we don't like you anymore, and they stole the guitar player's guitar.
That's what it was. As you guys were talking, my brain was channeling. Wait, I remember Dillinger fucked the venue up. Some people were trying to get pissed.
Maybe I think you were there.
Yeah, I think something happened, and you said a guitar got jacked. I remember that.
And I feel like years later that guitar was found or something like that. I would have to chat GPT that shit and figure out what the whole story is.
Yeah, Greg was fucking blowing fire. It was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
He made Amanda cry. Oh my God.
Oh
yeah. Let's not get into that. She's so sweet.
Yeah, she is. Oh man, but that's.
I still love Dillinger, but sometimes it's just it's like the impulse, you're that adrenaline, and you just want to fuck shit up, and you become a different person, you know? Yesterday, my mic fucked up, and then I grabbed the alternate mic and couldn't hear myself, and then I just grabbed the mic stand and just tossed it. But like, why did I do that? You know, it's just I couldn't control myself.
Because it's sick, dude. That's fucked, man.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. Dude, Alex is fucking through a mic stand. Hell yeah, dude.
That one time,
it's in there. It just comes out.
Yeah.
That fucking that deep anger it's in there somewhere.
Oh yeah, it is.
And if you crank open the door, sometimes it might be like a mistake, something someone said, something that little door gets cracked, and you might just fucking lash out. We all have it. People just don't admit it. We all have that anger.
I mean, with age, I feel like I'm good at comment on dit apprivoiser? I'm good at taming that anger.
Yeah, taming.
Or finding a more organic way of dealing with things. Hence, aka not, smoking a bunch of weed to just make it go away. But to each their own. For some people, that works, and I respect that. Just for me,
as we grow old, we're just better at accepting things and being more, making concessions or compromises, and
I mean,
accepting everyone's differences as well. Especially within the band.
Oh yeah.
After so many years, we know each other in and out. So we know how someone in the band's gonna react if I say a certain thing, and then I've learned to not say those things anymore, because I could have been mean, I've been mean as fuck to Alex.
Yeah, I mean, I had a moment earlier, and then you said what you said, and then I was like, you know what, it's all good, buddy.
Yeah.
Water under the fridge, bud.
Yeah,
What'd you say?
Let's not go there.
Oh no.
What's important is that we're here having a good time, So it's.
But let's say we almost didn't make it.
Yeah. Just I mean, not a lot of talk about mental health with everything that's music or men in general. So I have these moments where. Anxiety just becomes overwhelming, and it's hard to find something to just ground me and bring me back to reality. And so I have these occasional moments, and yesterday and today was one of them. But then it's just
So for a day and a half, I was more like, welcoming and caring and nice to him. But in the end, I had to just go and almost slap him and say, okay, now it's time to get out of it. Let's do it.
I mean, you talked about the dynamic with your boys. You're same as us. You're at a point where, Suicide Silence or Despised Icon, we've been in a band together for half of our lives or even more, We've gone, it's through thick and thin, there's no play on perception. Like, I can't be a selective in how I carry myself with Eric, because he's just going to read through all that, because he knows me to my core, so it's nothing but sincerity, and there's a lot of good that comes with that, and a lot of understanding, and that's why we're still here, man. 23 years into the game, touring America once every 2 years and still having a blast. But we have our moments like everyone else,
It comes out every once in a while.
Yeah.
Especially when you get into a actual relationship.
Yep.
And then another dynamic of yourself that you didn't even know.
But then again, that's the beauty of it. It's genuine. It's deep.
Yeah, and because we're committed to it, it's a commitment. We, at some point in our lives, we took the decision that that's what we were going to do and spend most of our time. Because I have a family, I have kids, I have a girlfriend. I have a career back home, and then everything, all the time that's left after that goes into Despised Icon. Like nights, I go to bed super late on a weekday,
crazy,
just to handle band stuff. All the weekends, we'll leave for weekends for shows. We rehearse 1 or 2 nights a week before going on tour. So. That's a huge commitment, after all those years.
It definitely is. And truth be told, we're not trying to be the biggest band out there. I mean, it's actually the opposite. We're just trying to, Eric and I managing this band, we're just trying to figure out one good move a year to just sustain, just maintain, maintain that legacy or that fan base so that we could keep on rocking, To me, it's less and less about ego and more about just having that outlet for, venting, but also be creative, be grounded, but also just spend some time with my old friends and travel a little. And that's what music has become now.
Yeah.
I've listening to your podcast, you mentioned quite a few times you were very competitive, and I can relate to that as well. But as we have gotten older, I would say at least in my 40s, that's just gone out the window. If a new band is bigger than us, then so be it, man. Good for them, and we're happy for them. And Bog is way newer than we are, and here we are supporting them, but they're killing it, bringing all these these fresh faces to these concerts. Wow. and just having that love, and it's rubbing off of us as well. Us playing in front of people that are just starting to know us and whatnot. So I'm all about the new scene as well. And yeah,
because it's crazy. Every night you're just asking like, who's seeing Despised Icon for the first time, and like a 3/4 of the room just raises its hand. That's cool. I'm down with that. But at the same time, we're like Alex said, we're doing it for the love of it, Like, to me, going to Grind's place one night a week to jam with my boys it's one of my highlights in my week. Like, wow. I don't think about work. I don't think about any problems I have. I'm just there with my friends. Some people will play hockey or play poker or whatever one night a week, but we're just meeting up and rehearsing and
and it's
enjoying ourselves.
This is what counts. And we get to a point where we only tour once a year, play 20 something shows, but it's very concentrated. It's every fall. So for the bulk of the year, I'm not super connected on social media, and I go to concerts, but not as many as I used to. And it doesn't matter for how it's, we've been doing this for decades, and I like forget that I forget that I'm Alex from Despised Icon, or that I've toured for decades, first time touring America, 2001 with Neuraxis. Like, I forget that shit just because, I don't know, we spend so much time apart from that. But that's not why I do it anymore. It's just to hang out with Eric.
It's
for
good.
Real. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I remember you guys saying, I think it was you, Alex. You guys did. There was a point in time, I think you were still playing drums, that you were just you had to make a point where I'm committed to get out of Quebec.
Yeah, I mean, in the 90s and 2000s, there were only a handful of bands from Montreal or Quebec or Canada that made it out of the country. And we had a vibrant local scene that would draw like thousands of people, but literally couldn't even play the next province, yet alone, tour outside of Canada or tour the States. So for us, the metric of success has always been, playing shows in America. It's always been that. And then when you'd see a Cryptopsy, or a Gorguts, touring with Cannibal Corpse across the U.S., or a young comeback kid, playing these shows, or Misery Signals, in the early 2000s, playing shows in America. I was like, holy shit, man, they're doing it. We want to do that. We want to make a living off of this, because it's as soon as we discovered music, that became priority. And I'm sure you relate to that. But I think the language, the culture, the geography was sort of a barrier for a lot of us, and just the work visas alone is a headache. It's a lot of paperwork. It's a lot of money. You're young. You're 20. You're 18. Whatever. You don't have that dough. You don't have the knowledge. Who do we hire to do a work visa, or how do I do it on my own? How do I, get all those funds? Nowadays, to tour America, regular visa processing takes 6 months. So if you
Even more than that. No, it's like
I feel like it's 6 months. So automatically, if you don't apply 6 months within the beginning of the tour, you need to pay, thousands more to get premium, expedited processing. And 1,000 US is, I don't know, it's like 1,400 Canadian. It's
yeah.
So you do the math.
Yeah.
So that was just overwhelming for a young band, dealing with the business side of things, the legal side of things. How do you play America? And then it was also at the time before social media, before home studios and shit like that. We didn't have all these tools,
Yeah.
And now we do, and there are so many bands now, and I see a lot of bands from Montreal or Canada making it now, and it's sick. I love it. If what's their name? If Spirit Box are huge, then it's not a win just for Spirit Box. It's a win for Canada or for Canadian bands.
Sure.
Yeah. So shout out to them.
Yeah, it's awesome. We have these tools, and especially like trying to get out of committed to get out of your Quebec, also with the style of music that everyone's saying is gonna fail.
A lot of blast beats, man. A lot of blast beats.
Yeah. And then you're doing blast beats, and people are saying, "Well, you're not doing the blast beat this certain way."
Oh, I mean, there are so many blast beats on Shadowwork. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was like, are there too many?
No,
I don't think so.
No. Yeah, dude. Real quick, thank you for talking about Malamor, because I was I heard you talk about it. Then I did some digging, and I couldn't find anything about it. This was probably like you probably saw it on like a physical thing. It's not something that you could just look up. So
they were a trio, and I believe two of the guys are brothers.
They were from New York, correct?
Is it Poughkeepsie or Albany?
Yeah, upstate
I think
New York.
Yeah,
upstate New York, dude.
Maybe Poughkeepsie.
Heavy as fuck.
Yeah.
And there you go. The Colts. Was
band.
This is what I found, and I assumed that Bearsville was upstate only because at that time you had like Skinless and shit fucking just chugging.
Yeah.
And one important show for us before we were touring full time was in 2004. It was at Fouf's in Montreal, and it was Suffocation, Dying Fetus, and Malamor, and we were invited as the local opener on that show. Yeah. Wow. And Grind, that was one of his first shows with us, and it was one of my first shows as a vocalist, and I kept like jumping on his bass drums. And I know now not to do that anymore. So I think that was like the one and only time.
Yeah. He likes to keep his things mint.
He's particular.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No fucking scratches, dude.
Yeah.
Nothing. Cool. Thank you for clearing it up.
Yeah, of course.
Because people want to know.
And we had a friend from Poughkeepsie. His name is Gavin. He plays drums, and I think he played with Malamor later on. I think he also filled in for the boys in Chapel. So lots of talent.
Nice.
I think Malamor are gonna have a spike in streams after this interview. So yeah, hell yeah.
But
good for them.
Yeah, that's how we came about with the Montreal Deathcore shirt.
Still repping.
Still repping. Yeah, dude, I learned that if you just lean into whatever you're doing, and sometimes you gotta like, especially with so much noise in any industry or anything. Sometimes you just gotta just tell people simply, like, I've been telling my band for I don't know how fucking long. Like, dude, get rid of our fucking bio. No one is reading our fucking bio. Put fucking Deathcore and the year. Shut up.
Yep.
And no one fucking listens. And like, dude, no one's reading that fucking bio.
Yeah.
Dude, I love bands. I don't even read their bio. I don't read Corbin's bio.
No.
I don't read Slipknot's bio.
Who does? I agree. And for a while, our bio was Despised Icon, Montreal Deathcore, established 2002. That's it.
That was it.
But for this record, we needed a bio, and instead of hiring someone and doing an interview and then them writing a full pager or whatever, I just wrote it myself.
Oh, Alex.
Fuck bios.
Next record. Back to the fucking.
All right, that's it.
It's funny, even like for like someone like me that like it's kind of my job now to do like research. Even like I just don't like the bio. Just fuck.
Wiki is a good source of information, I think.
Yeah.
Who edits on that thing?
I don't know.
No one knows.
It's a collective effort of people just like challenging themselves and rewriting some of the stuff, but they have to put like sources, like actual sources from interviews and stuff like that. So
sources, huh? Okay,
that's right. Needs additional citations for verification, and yeah.
Let's click on Deathcore for a sec.
Oh, it's a great idea. Okay,
let's click on Deathcore.
Let's fucking see what. Let's see what just
fucking Antagony still.
Wow. Okay.
Someone has to edit
do you know Garza? Do you know Carlos?
Yeah.
How's he doing?
I haven't talked to him. I don't know how long.
He's gonna come to the. I think he's coming to tomorrow's show. Yeah.
I want to see him, man.
But I remember him being really a fucking cool guy.
He is
Carlos Antagony. We when he was living in with Ben from All Shall Perish, we stayed at their place once.
Oh hell yeah!
And I literally slept in Carlos's room, like at the foot of his bed, like a the things we did for Metal Man. Like,
I know.
For the longest time, we had these little inflatable mattresses, and we would just make friends on tour. There he is.
Haven't changed a bit.
I know that Eddie likes to fuck with Carlos.
Funny story.
Or at least back then.
That day we slept at his place. He snuck a CD, like a burned CD, in my bag. And I opened it, and all it said was like Big Naturals on it. But being a French Canadian, speaking French, I didn't know like what it meant. So and I like my laptop, my big IBM laptop. So I just like popped that CD in my laptop, and it's just pictures of these like chicks with like
Big Naturals
hits. So I was like, hey, thank you, Carlos.
That's a good friend. So I mean, he's on tour. Eric's on tour. He's probably struggling. Give him some fucking juice, man.
Yeah, he would pull pranks like that. The funny guy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, Alex, looking back, because when Despised broke up, essentially, you kind of and you didn't stop.
Did not stop.
Looking back, do you wish you stopped with the rest of the guys to have me get like a clear head?
I tried, and then sort of had like cold feet, and then I think 6 to 9 months into it, quit my job, founded Obey the Brave, lived off my savings, and then just went all in.
That's why Obey the Brave became a thing. You're like fully invested.
Literally invest in myself. Like every day, I applied myself as if it were my job to make sure that we would succeed.
Wow.
And we did back then. And like our first US tour was with Suicide Silence, that All Stars tour. Such a huge package. It was like 12 bands. We were second.
Yeah,
that was like our first time touring America with that band. That was 2012. And
I was very impressed by that, because it took you, I don't know, like a quarter of the time to reach almost the status and the level of Despised icon with Obey the Brave.
Mm-hmm. I think it was perfect combination of timing and hard work.
Yeah.
A bit of everything, and how like the scene was really into like melodic metalcore back then, and hence why we toured America a lot for those first couple of years, and then hardcore took over, and then our sound wasn't so much a thing, but still was and still is in Europe, so that became our primary market. But that was a fun tour to be on, man. I don't remember seeing you a lot on that tour. I feel it feels like you guys were going through a moment, and I wanted to be respectful of that. But I think I hung out mostly with Alex and Mark on that tour, and I love Mark's smile. He'll just always put you in a good mood.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mark's always been really cool hanger out or DK. They kind of like, I use them as like a social crutch. Mm-hmm. Oh, they're out there. I don't need to. Which actually now in hindsight, I'm like, I wish I didn't do that. I was a mess, dude. I remember right after this tour ended, I called Mitch. I was like, just to see how he was doing. That was like my first attempt at like being like a conscious friend. Mm-hmm. I wonder how he's doing. Me still being like a blacked out drunk guy. And that would be our last tour together. You know?
Yeah.
But I remember I did like a last like reach out at the tour. Man, I did just a simple like because you could be together for a month but not really be together, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I remember. Yeah, I was like fucking 26. I just remember, hey, I want to be like, hey, how are you? He just got the tattoo on his cheek. I was oh shit, he fucking went for it. And then we had a band meeting at Hooters.
Okay.
Speaking of big naturals, you know, I was like, you know, it kind of got my brain going. And motherfucker walks in, dude, like with that fucking tattoo on his fucking face. I'm like, this was before. But I was like, oh, Mitch.
Definitely.
I remember, it's just maybe that might have subconsciously. I need to call him, see if he's doing all right. Fuck, dude. Yeah, but even after all the crazy shit, man, it's nice to still be friends with all the guys after being a mess. Thankful. I don't even know. Like,
I mean, it strengthens that relationship.
It does. Hate them and love them at the same time.
Yeah, because touring is weird, you know. You're going like through weird stuff, you know.
You're fucking growing up, trying to grow up too.
Yeah, at the same time.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
God.
I feel we have this like very particular bond that nobody gets or could understand.
Because you experience like certain situations that not a lot of people get to experience and live, you know, like whether it's like awesome experiences or like straight up nightmares, you know.
Yeah, like when your van breaks down and you're stranded in a city for like 2-3 days, like trying to get it fixed and hopping back on the tour, that's insane, you know.
Yeah. It's like, what, you guys just want to go back home? No, just fucking stay out here trying to make it work. Yeah. It's so when you leave, like, it's funny because you can't use your logical mind. You can't.
That's true.
You kind of have to be kind of dumb. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, you kind of like you can't. That smart logic cannot come in because when it does, what the fuck are you doing? Go home. Yeah. It's over.
Exactly.
I mean, to everyone listening out there, you know, these are things that bands go through, you know. So if you're a new band and you're experiencing these situations and you have these conversations, those conversations are real and natural. So don't let that discourage you. You know, it's just you got to work for it. You know, nothing worth having comes easy in life, and it's just a test of character and just the universe just trying to make sure that you're good for it, you know, that this opportunity is something that you're going to make the most of. So in adversity, just keep on knocking and just do it, you know.
Pull through.
I drive myself crazy, you know, a lot of decision making with this band, and you want to make sure that you show up for the boys and that every decision has everyone's best interest in mind. And especially when your wallet, you know, is tied to that. And but if you're going through that doubt, you know, just do it regardless. You know, not feeling good, just do it. It's I would have missed out on so many opportunities if I would have just conceded to that little voice inside of my head.
Or just took the easy way out or the easy road, you know. If you
that little bit of self-doubt is like right there.
Isn't there a saying like if you do what's hard, life's gonna be easy. If you do what's easy, life's gonna be hard, or something like that. You know, it's I feel it's true. You know?
Yeah, I learned. Unfortunately, it was only with age. Like if like whatever like the self-doubt thing comes in, I just do the opposite. Like no matter what it is, I know. Like I learned actually. Funny enough, Alex, it was do weed. I learned like 35 is when I really learned. Oh shit! Like I was being high. I was like thinking. I'm like, oh, this isn't a real thought. Like this thought I'm having is not real.
You're just building it up, you know, and it becomes bigger and bigger.
And you could fucking choose if you allow that thought to become a thought, and then it can become bigger. And then but just like, oh, this is what that is. Okay, I'm comfortable. I'm fine. I'm feeling my body. I'm present in the moment. This is just a fucking thought, and you just discard it and you do the opposite.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Yeah.
Allow yourself to just live that moment and that sentiment or feeling, and then move on.
Let's move on. Yeah. Breathe. Yeah, I'm getting older. I'm just learning how to breathe. That's it.
Breathing's important. It'll keep you
forget
alive.
we're breathing most of the time.
What time? When you guys gotta go?
I mean, it's 6:45, and we need to be on stage in a little over an hour. So I think we're gonna have to shut her down, buddy.
Fuck, dude. Okay, well,
we'll come back. We'll come back.
Please. Anything about you guys or Despised Icon, like, or about your history that I might have missed that you want out there?
No, you pretty much covered.
Yeah, you nailed it, man.
Yeah. I was like, wow, he knows this, he knows that, and
yeah, I mean, so a lot of nostalgia attached to the band, and then you know, us doing those early tours before like the deathcore scene was organized, so a lot of death metal tours. But you know, when like a year or two later, when Suicide Silence, you know, popped off, like that opened up doors for a lot of bands, including ourselves, you know, because like I said, we were never the biggest, and all of a sudden there's this movement, you know, all of a sudden we're not, you know, opening for Immolation and Deicide, which we love, but we're on tour with All Shall Perish, the Red Chord, Through the Eyes of the Dead, and it felt more of something that we were part of, that was inclusive, that we didn't feel judged, that we could just be ourselves, you know. It didn't matter if we weren't, I mean, we're always dressed in black now, but back then we weren't, you know. And
we didn't have long hair.
We had the baseball caps, and
it
it was just
it's true.
It just clashed a lot with, you know, the traditional metal scene,
with
and
Morbid Angel.
we didn't feel judged, you know, and it just allowed us to just be ourselves and have fun with it. And but yeah, just I don't know what else to say. Just always dare. You know, don't. People always talk about that comfort zone, and it's cliche, but like, fuck the comfort zone. You know, do your thing, man. Otherwise, you're gonna miss out on a lot, for sure.
Yeah, I think what you guys did, we did. There's something to be said when you do what you want to do, and you're just yourself. I believe that it comes around at some point. Musically for you guys, and it didn't really come around for like years later. You know, so I mean, believe if you want to do what you want to do, eventually it hits.
Yeah, and it's at the weirdest moment where, you know, when it actually hit for us is we didn't expect it to, you know.
No.
It was like, holy shit, wait, we're at home and it's sold out and the show hasn't even, you know, started yet. Like it's like these defining moments where like, oh wow, we got something going on here.
So it's like there's a bunch of people in the crowd wearing a hat just like me. It's weird.
So many gold foil hoodies everywhere. Yeah, you're bringing it back. What is that, Filth?
Filth, yeah.
They're a good band.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Sick. Vocalist is awesome.
Yeah,
I guess we have.
I remember Vincent from Acacia Strain saying like, "Man, I can't see that fucking gold foil hoodie from Despised again."
What? So okay, Alex, be honest. Did this come from Leo?
Okay, so I think yes. I think that so. You got to backtrack. Both Animosity and Despised Icon were amongst the first band to be on the indie merch store roster.
Wow. Oh yeah.
And now we just went to their warehouse and it's huge, you know. But back then they operated out of a room that was pretty much big like this, and they were doing this new. I don't even know what it's called anymore. But they figured out how to do gold foil, and they were like,
they had the silver and the gold.
Wow.
And, this.
But yes, Leo, you came up with the gold foil, and then I saw it. I thought it looked sick. Indie Merch were like, you guys should try this out, and then we did, and then we sold a fuck ton of them.
Wow, it's a look, dude. It's an era, man. It's coming back to the same fucking thing.
We bring it back once in a while. It sells out automatically, and. Yeah, but that designed. So one of my best friends from back home, Filion, his MySpace layout, it was like the Louis Vuitton print on there with the Montreal Canadiens logo. So that was his MySpace layout, and then I was trying to come up with, new merch designs, and I was working a lot with Sven from Aborted at the time because he's a sick graphic designer. And I was like, just put my boy, just put Filion's MySpace layout in our band logo, and then put the La Fleur de Lys, the Quebec emblem on the hoodie, and then the rest was history. So
wow,
it took 5 minutes. It didn't put much thought into it, but people like it.
Damn, I wonder if we should do a foil shirt. It could be sick. I don't know. It's coming back. I think I'm.
I mean, you're wearing it. You're wearing it.
I think that's a sign. So if you see us do anything, just know that it came from Leo.
Despised. That's a good meme.
Oh no. Well, where can people find you guys?
Despisedicon.com. You'll see the tour dates, you'll see our merch stores, you'll see the links to our social media, all that good stuff. We're not very inclined to sharing on social media, but we are making an effort now because we really do care about the people that support us.
Yeah.
So we are posting more now, and
attaboy.
Just trying to keep you guys on the loop for sure.
Hell yeah. And a new record's out.
Shadow Work is out, baby.
Shadow Work, baby. Well, Eric, Alex, it was an honor and a pleasure to get to sit down and catch up with you guys as friends and talk about the history and the genre that we both plus other bands have helped to create.
Absolutely,
and it's a fucking trip to see where the shit has gone, and it's still going.
It's wild.
It's wild, man.
This was fun, man. Thanks for having us.
Thank you very much.
Honor, guys. Thank you. All right, everyone. That's it. Later.